Yes, sir. Damn. Already, huh?
Rally shots were fired. Attempt to end Donald Trump's life. They missed.
Let's get this one going.
They burning the country down with their progressiveness. It started with changing what gender is, then graduated.
Okay, hold on. I don't even want to get. Well, I'm looking at your face. Your face says it all.
Okay, you guys, welcome back to the channel. This was supposed to be a surprise, okay? I'm currently in an undisclosed location with Chris Kaliko filming reactions for his reaction channel. So I'm going to link him in the description. Please go to his channel and get ready. In about a week, we're going to drop some classic reactions on his channel. But in the midst of me being here, we went to Prof and Yellow Wolf concert last night. There's all this stuff just randomly happening. And at that time, Donald Trump got shot, and this is on my radar that Tom MacDonald already put something out about it, and a lot of people been blowing me up saying, yo, you can't miss this one. So we're taking time out of our schedule for some other things we're working on. So we're about to react to Tom MacDonald.
I'm nervous about this. I'm really nervous about this.
Okay.
Tom MacDonald is my guy. Tom MacDonald is a buddy of mine. I'm gonna be honest, man. So I always get a little nervous about reacting to any artist music, which on my channel I'm gonna do. So you got to look at my channel to see what I'm gonna be saying, because I know a lot of these dudes. Now, a lot of the music I'm gonna be reacting to, I don't know them, but when it comes to hip hop, I know these dudes. You know what I'm saying? And so, I'm like nervous. I'm nervous for him and just America. I don't know, dude. I'm just nervous.
Hey,
I'm gonna start babbling.
Before we get this one started, you guys, I want to remind you, if you've never heard of Chris Kaliko, he is a multi-platinum rapper. He's done so much critically acclaimed work with Tech Nine. He has his own label, Earhouse, but you know, he's ran the gamut with strange music. He's done songs with Eminem, Lil Wayne, T-Pain, you know it. He has crazy writing credits. Yeah, Jelly Roll. So like, this is really cool for me personally, and I want to give him his flowers before we get into this, because this is my guy. But it's just like, sometimes people don't know the work you put in to get to these upper echelon levels. I just always want to give you your flowers before we get started.
Thank you, man.
Yeah. So
gotta make me nervous. Yeah, you ever seen Sling Blade? The movie Sling Blade?
Yes.
Like, gotta make me nervous. It's kind of how I feel about this one.
All right, let's get into this, you guys. This is Tom MacDonald. You missed, fresh off the press.
Calm before the storm. The time before the storm. The rally shots were fired in an attempt. They missed.
They burning the country down with their progressiveness. It started with changing what gender is, then graduated to you're racist if you think that your life matters and your skin don't have melanin. They don't want peace, they want skeletons. They want men to pretend that they're feminine. They don't want an election, they got so offended by freedom that they just try killing the president. I used to think that the woke were misguided, but now I can see that they're evil. Twitter is angry that Trump isn't dead. You know who got shot? Innocent people. Thought y'all were tolerant, thought we were equals. I thought you valued how everyone feels. Then why are y'all celebrating an attempted assassination like you're part of Antifa? Thank God the left can't aim. Thank God the right don't riot. Welcome to the home of the brave. Freedom ain't afraid of violence. You wish you was dying? Bitch, you missed. Thank God the left can't aim. Why can't we just shoot straight? Y'all are going insane. Bitch, you missed. There's no one else you can blame. Tried to lock him up in a cage. Now you trying to kill what you hate. Bitch, you missed.
All right, man. Hit me with that pause, man. Yo, I'm getting, bro, I ain't gonna lie, I'm getting goosebumps. And
goosebumps, like, dog. I told you I was gotta make me nervous.
And I know, look, man, I'm pretty vocal about where I stand with things on my channel. You know what I'm saying? And I know the world is in a very divisive place.
Yeah, it is.
And they try to bring entertainers down. So, like, what I'm gonna say for my side of things is that a lot of things, you know, and as a dad raising kids, like, I have gotten way more patriotic, let's say, in my latter years, in the sense of that first and foremost, I disconnect the corrupt government from the flag. The flag represents we the people, and it's supposed to be a symbol of everyone coming together. Freedom, equality, justice for all. That is the principles of these things, and I feel like that gets lost. So I like to put that first. I'm not waving any flag first. There's no Ukrainian flag, no Israel flag, no rebel flag. American flag first. No rainbow flag. I'm pretty I've just put it out there. It's American flag first.
Yeah.
And then when you see
I'm with it.
when you see the events that happened to Trump, man, it's crazy because I'm not like a Trumper, you know what I'm saying? But I do feel like he's misunderstood. I feel like the media has lied about him so much. A lot of times the people I talk to, they're literally just regurgitating things that were created and narratives that were created. He's not perfect. There's things I absolutely disagree with him on. I'm not going to get on that moment right now.
Yeah, don't go too hard.
But what I will say is there's also a lot of things I do agree with him on. And when you see someone stand up and say, hey, I want to make this country better, right? So some people take that narrative and be like, oh, he wants to make it great again? Like what? Well, maybe like 2017.
Yeah,
when the economy was good.
I never knew what that meant.
What he
Because
was-
people say make America. People say that it means something racist. I didn't think that when I saw that. I thought great. I thought economically great. Whenever I even first saw the MAGA hat.
Yeah, that's what he meant.
That's what I
back
thought.
to manufacturing and doing more stuff in
Yeah,
America. But
yeah.
when you see someone who wants to make it great, this is what I will say about Trump. Okay, right here and right now, I've seen literal people I've personally been shot at. You duck, you run, you're like, oh shit, what's happening? There's a lot of different things. I've seen people get shot at. I've seen people get shot. I'm not talking about Trump. I'm saying, and I'm not talking about fighting. Also in fighting, I've seen that a lot. He's a billionaire that has never been in a fist fight. To get shot and grazed in your ear, and your reaction is instantly to get up and say, fight America, get with me and fight. That is some gangster shit.
It was gay. I ain't gonna lie.
That's some gangster shit.
It was gangster. It was gangster. I no matter what people are gonna say who see this, I got a different respect for him when I saw that. And you talking about dudes that are coming from inner city neighborhoods. Now I grew up in the suburbs. I spent most of my time in the hood, though. You know what I'm saying? My formidable years, I spent in the hood. I worked in the hood. My first job, all my dudes that I hung with, you know what I'm saying? It's weird. I hung with a bunch of Jewish kids in my suburban neighborhood and a bunch of hood black dudes and where I worked at and where I hung at. It was the most diverse thing. So I I don't lean either way. You know what I'm saying? I'm cool on both sides. But I know that if you get shot at and grazed, I've been in the middle of a shootout before, and I heard the bullets. It sounds like bees coming by. You sound like
it's just
you can hear it.
It's like air. It's like
yeah, you can hear it. You know what I'm saying? And I was terrified, and I hid under a car and then got up and ran. He got hit by whatever it was, bullet, glass, whatever you want to call it. He was in the middle of a shootout where somebody was shooting at his head, and he got up and said, "Fight."
Yep.
Gangster. I ain't gonna lie.
So I've been in two situations. One, I didn't have my piece, and so my inclination was duck, look around, and then try to get away from where the shooting is coming from. Right. That was my first reaction. The second time that this has happened to me, I had my piece, and it was just cock it, and I felt braver. I was like, okay, what's going on?
That's the thing about having a pistol. You won't run.
Yeah. So it's there's differentials, but for me, seeing that, my initial reaction is just like he didn't react like a billionaire, bro. He reacted like a spoiled brat. Like no
spoiled what do you call it? Trust fund baby.
And I'm gonna keep it real.
He didn't react like that. He reacted like he'd been in some shootouts,
bro. And it's like I'm just saying it's interesting. But let's get into the song because
I gotta hear what else Tom got to say about it. You know,
we
that's
didn't
my
even
guy.
talk about. He's just talking about what we all saw.
Yeah.
And he's saying but he's talking about the level. We didn't even get into his lyrics, but it's like right now, it's like this is because this is what it's about. It's what happened yesterday, which is wild in our lifetime to witness something that could have been as catastrophic as Kennedy or MLK. Well, people get mad because you're like, you can't call Trump an MLK, but I'm just saying, president. Yeah, these are iconic figures.
Well, if you're talking about, if you did lean towards him, if you're talking about, if you believe what he talks about fighting for America, fighting for rights, then you could compare that to him.
Absolutely.
You could compare that
I'm
to
just
him,
saying, the criticisms. With Trump, you get a lot more criticisms than anybody else.
Here's what I want to say to everybody, and this is the only political thing I'll share. No one knows anything. Y'all don't know anything. You don't know anything on either side of what's going on. So when you're arguing about it, even if you argue about it in the comments, or if you argue about it, get on my socials and argue with me or whatever you want to do. We don't know, and I mean, when I say y'all, I should say me, we don't know anything We don't know nothing. I'm over here at Earhouse Studios. I'm doing music. I'm on stage. I'm doing reaction videos now on YouTube. That's what I know. All I know is what I can control. And if I can't control it, then I know I don't know anything.
Yeah.
So let's hear what Tom got to say. Don't let me stop. Let me get off my soapbox. Come on, Tom. Come on.
Told us trust the science, but it never made sense to me. Why would we put all our trust in the enemy? Millions of people are hooked on amphetamines. They're making billions on untested remedies. Borders are open to people with felonies. Biden can't stop them. He don't have the energy. Y'all want to kill the man trying to fight for a better tomorrow by making him Kennedy? I tried to give y'all a chance. Like maybe the left isn't nuts. I was wrong, because y'all are exactly as crazy as every conservative person I know said you were all along. Want to protest? Go hard. Wanna burn flags, go off. But y'all are so triggered that you're pulling triggers at presidents. Y'all the terrorists when you're armed. Thank God the left can't aim. Thank God the right don't riot. Welcome to the home of the brave. Freedom and afraid of violence. You wish you was dying? Bitch, you missed.
Woo, Tom, you easy with it.
He's
Why
cooking.
can't they just shoot straight?
You cooking.
Y'all are going insane. Bitch, you missed. There's no one else you can blame. Tried to lock him up in a cage. Now you trying to kill what you hate. Bitch, you missed.
Tom, if you see this dude, hey man.
You didn't miss.
Ooh, you did not. Hey man, you did not miss, man. You ate with that, brother. That's my guy. I know some people love him, some people hate him. That's my bro right there, man, Tom MacDonald. And what you'll know if you don't know me and you don't know my body of work, man, I'm cool with so many entertainers, man. I don't have no problem with not one entertainer. So if you see me say that's my guy, I mean it. But this ain't about that. This is about what he actually did on that song. He did not miss.
Yeah,
I got goosebumps, dog.
Yeah, me too. Because it's like we all saw it. It's like, we all saw what happened yesterday. And, when a lot of people's first response is like, I can't believe he missed, you're kind of like, yo, how could you be? Like, we're supposed to, you have one side, right, that's calling him the guy with the funny mustache. You know who I'm talking about. His name starts with a H. I try not to say it on YouTube because they're funny about that.
I don't even know what you're talking about, but yeah.
The dude with the funny mustache?
Yes.
Yeah, with the H?
That they try to compare him to. I get it.
Okay, so they always compare Trump to that guy, right? And then
That might be
no. If you
that's
watch
a
the
crazy
news,
comparison.
It's
a crazy
It's
comparison.
ironic too for someone who's so pro Israel to call him that as well. But anyways, I digress. They call him that, and then all of these people I'm talking about, the Obamas, Hillary has called him that. All these people, and then they come out and say, "Oh, we don't want violent." Like you're calling him an iconic figure who is known to be evil. So it's
and the biggest problem with it too, man, is that you're calling something to happen, and I don't think when any politicians make any comments about Trump, I don't think they mean for anything to happen to him. So just understand that you have a responsibility when you have a platform. We have a responsibility when we have a platform to not incite any violence.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? No matter what you think about anybody.
I just think it's interesting, and I'm just going to keep it a buck here. When Trump calls out these politicians, he makes jokes. He says Sleepy Joe, Crooked Hillary. He doesn't associate them, like he doesn't say Mao Zedong Joe, like sometimes he'll mess around and say China Joe and stuff like that. But like these iconic figures who have done evil in the world, he doesn't compare them. But the left calls him the H word, the guy with the funny mustache. They call him that on the regular basis. They said this election is for the future of democracy, meaning if he gets in, all of a sudden now it's a dictatorship, that's impossible with the way, Congress, Senate, the Supreme Court, all these things work. It's impossible to have a dictatorship. And I just think it's really interesting. There's a lot to digest here, but you can tell Tom is upset because when you see someone who's going out and he's just doing his thing, whether you agree with him or not. I'm talking about Donald Trump. He's just doing his thing. His whole slogan is "Make America Great Again." Yeah. And then when someone tries to sniper him out, that is wild. And when you can see this, you could slowly watch this build, mad people have predicted this. They said this is potentially going to happen because of the climate created by these narratives. They are saying he is so dangerous. They're saying he is the most dangerous thing to democracy. This is the narrative. I don't believe that narrative, but they're saying that, and then this happens. So again,
bro, to me, the people are dangerous. You can say he's inside. The people are who are dangerous. Y'all gotta, no matter what anybody says, man. I think for myself. Let me not tell you guys what to do. I think for myself, no matter who's in that office, no matter if it's a Democrat or Republican, and what's weird to me, and I'll stop after this because I don't like to go deep with politics,
and I try not to do politics on this channel.
I think about the dollar bill says Republic on it. I think about it. I think about the Pledge of Allegiance to the Republic. It's Republic.
Yeah. We're a constitutional republic. We're not a democracy. We're a constitutional republic.
Let's not go any further than that. Tom, you ate on this.
He cooked.
Ooh.
It's an interesting time. This is a historic time in America.
Tom.
This is a historic time for America. And, before I go, I'm going to say this, you guys. I try to be as balanced as possible. Just because I have the statements that I made, sometimes people are like, yo, he's a Trumper, he's a right winger, but I'm really not. But I have traditional values, you guys, and I'm raising kids, and I do gravitate to certain things of tradition, and whatever side that is on, that's what I gravitate to. But I do try to see balance because, I am in an industry where all of my friends are pretty much on the left. And then there are some things that I think the right misses with the plight of different cultures and things like that. And I think there's a deeper conversation to be had. But I do think, as me, I'm speaking only for me, not for Kaliko, not for any of my friends in the industry. I would say that I do believe you can love this country. You can be patriotic,
yes,
and still look at its downsides and just try to make it better. I do not believe Trump is the answer. I do not believe he's like, some people I call it Trump worship. Yeah. I think it's obvious Trump is better than Biden. But again, I'm not over here to solicit necessarily for Trump. I'm just saying, I see things, I try to see it how it is, and I think people are so triggered by Trump. Me even just saying I don't hate the man gets under people's skin, and I'd tell people to take a look in the mirror and just realize the change is going to start within ourselves first. Trump don't even matter. Biden don't. Honestly, your local elections matter way more in a lot of circumstances. We learned that in 2020. But I just want to say that people need to wake up because both these sides want to take we the people's rights in general. And you saw that in 2020. So I want to remind that both of these parties, and some less than the other, and some aren't as radical with certain ideas, like the fact that you can't decipher a man from a woman is crazy to me. But again, I will say this, that politics have been bought by corporations, bought and sold, and corporations do not have your best interest in mind. They don't have your best health in mind. They don't have the planet's. They don't care about our planet. So when you see all these things, they're just narratives. You'll figure it out. Tom cooked on that, and this is as political as I'm going to get this week, hopefully, because I try to steer away from that on this channel because it's
I see it pulling
crazy.
At you.
Yeah.
Boy.
I want to raise my kids in a better society, not a worse society.
I do too.
My kids have me running through their veins, but they look a certain way. And if this place is so polarized and divisive, it's not going to be good. They have a black dad, but they look white. That's not good, bro. It's not.
I don't know if it's bad.
No, I'm not them. I'm saying the place we're in. I love my kids and I love the way they look. I'm saying
I don't know if it's even bad. So I know you're talking about socially.
Yeah, I'm saying socially it's like you're seeing things start to arise that we need to nip in the butt now to make it better. That's all I'm saying. All right, you guys.
You missed. He did not.
Holler at your boy, Tom MacDonald. He's cooking.
Bye-bye.
Peace.